All right, music fans, welcome back. It is Dave, the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. Uh, the mighty band Aerosmith seems to have hit a bump in the road as Joe Perry is currently on tour, or at least doing a few solo dates supporting his album, which is an okay album. Some weird vocalists on this album: David Johansen, New York Dolls, and Buster Poindexter, if you remember him. Uh, okay, I mean, it's okay music. I've listened to it. It's classic rock sounding stuff, so I guess I can't throw too much cold water on it. Nothing riff notable. In other words, there's nothing, on that album which would say, wow, that's a big hit song, or that's something I want to listen to over and over again. Now, if I spent more time with it. The album, by the way, is called the Switzerland Manifesto. So there you go. You can check it out. It's uploaded to all the usual places. In the meantime, Steven Tyler has announced a solo tour. And this leads me into talking about Aerosmith in a little bit more detail. I'm from Aerosmith country. I've hung out in various places when members of Aerosmith were in the room. I never had a formal introduction to any of the members of Aerosmith, but I've kind of been on the fringes of meeting them and so forth. I have seen them play live on numerous occasions. I've also seen Joe Perry perform live way back when he first kind of took off from Steven Tyler for a little while. And this has been going on for years. Steven Tyler has become a bit of a diva. I'm just saying, Mr. Super Bowl commercial in the car and, driving backwards really fast. It was a good commercial, but it just shows me kind of where Steven Tyler is, the whole, he did American Idol, I think, for a while, or one of those shows where he was a judge. And I get it. This isn't the Toys in the Attic Aerosmith. This isn't the Rocks Aerosmith. This isn't even like the Done with Mirrors or Permanent Vacation Aerosmith. This is a band, though, that had this incredible string, by the way, that was broken up by the 90s and the crap music that came along, because Aerosmith was like straight ahead, things like Pump, which just exploded. And then, again, by the end of the decade, they could not catch a cold. Just bizarre. And this is Aerosmith. And you telling me what? They don't rock hard enough? No, it's because they're melodic. And, they write melodic songs. And they were working with Desmond Child and so forth for great songs and great lyrics and great hooks. And then, that gravy train sort of dried up because they started to kind of try to meld their music into what was happening around them. And then when that didn't work, because they were Aerosmith, and people were going to think of like Walk This Way and Dream On, they really found themselves kind of lost without a format. And then the mega hit happens, Don't Want to Miss a Thing, which turns them into an adult contemporary ballads band. Notice on the radio you'll hear that, but you won't hear, like Love in an Elevator. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you might hear it on a good rock station now and then, but the whole Don't Want to Miss a Thing is just, it's too much. It's not their best song. It's a good song. It's an interesting song. It completely is a departure from anything that made Aerosmith good. If you can listen to their first album, do it from start to finish. It's a blues-based record. That's the one that really got them on the map. But there are tunes on there that just, this is a different band, okay? And I give Joe Perry credit because I think he's trying to kind of go back to those roots. Steven Tyler, I don't think he has much interest in that anymore. And I think you're going to see this rift continue. I mean, Tyler I think is like 68 years old. He's going on tour. What's he going to do for material? He's going to end up doing Steven Tyler Aerosmith material, because he's got only some solo material and nobody is going to show up to hear Steven Tyler do solo material. Whereas I think people have lower expectations. They don't expect Joe Perry to play Aerosmith music with whoever's singing. Look, Robin Zander is on that album, the Joe Perry album, and that's probably the best vocalist he's got on there. I think I would have rounded up a couple more names before I cut that album, but that's just between you and I. So, in any event, Aerosmith, the rift, it will continue. Steven Tyler's ego is pretty big, and Joe Perry is a pretty proud guy. I think they're both great musicians, and one of the finest American rock bands ever, by the way. And at one time, just, I don't know, untouchable. And now, I think, a little bit of a mess. All right, that's my video. I'm done. I'll be back with more real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. We'll do it real soon.